Matsuo America, the brand of fishing tackle that provides tournament-quality gear at a great value, has launched a groundbreaking new series of rod and reel combos called the Red Series. These great new combos feature IM6 graphite rods, Fuji guides, 6 ball-bearing reels with anti-reverse, and cork split grip handles. It's a set of features you'd expect to see on a combo at twice the price. The Matsuo Red Series is available now only at Canadian Tire. Check it out today and upgrade your gear for this fishing season without breaking the bank.
Welcome back to the voice of Anglers and Hunters, Angler and Hunter Radio. Larry Miller has been serving as a Member of Parliament for Bruce Grey, Owen Sound for 5 consecutive terms. He joins us today to share some concerns he has as a fellow angler and hunter. So, as you know, I'm a Canadian firearm and Canadian restricted firearm instructor, and try and stay on top of things in terms of new laws, new bills, these sort of things. So today I've invited a Member of Parliament from Bruce Grey, Owen Sound, Larry Miller. Mr. Miller, welcome to Angler and Hunter Radio.
Well, it's my pleasure, Randy, and as a hunter and an angler, I enjoy your show, and it's good to be talking to you.
So recently brought to my attention the 223. This is a bill that addresses the transport and storage of firearms. So for all of our listeners who are hunters or shooters who go to the shooting range, this is something that they should know about. And can you give them a little bit of detail on this bill?
Yes, absolutely. And actually, the bill is S-223 because it was raised by a Liberal Senator, Céline Hervé-Payette. And now, Ms. Payette, it's important for the process here, has since retired since she tabled this bill on April 12th of this year. But, of course, there's a timeline in there, Randy, 15 days. And ironically, at the 12-day mark of that just last week, we don't know the name of the senator yet, but somebody inquired and basically had it extended. So it's still on the books, and we're hoping that the time lapses and nobody picks it up. But should this bill, come into law or what have you out there, like basically she's totally, Senator Payette, totally against firearms, and it just is basically anybody who's got a firearm that they can get travel permits for to take to a shooting range to use, what have you, which I'm sure you have one, and certainly lots of Canadians do. Basically, this would mean that these firearms could only be stored at designated facilities, such as shooting ranges. So if you lived within the boundaries of the city of Toronto, that's who she's targeting more than anything. You wouldn't be able to keep your legally owned and purchase firearm at your own residence. You would have to store it wherever this designated spot was.
Right. So, and I guess the whole idea here is that I guess once the member retires, the bill will, after a certain amount of time, but just for the listeners' information, what Mr. Miller's alluding to here or telling us is that somebody from the Senate has actually come forward and said that there's a possibility that this could be reintroduced, I guess is what we're saying.
Yes, another senator could pick this bill up should they decide to. We're certainly hoping not. Myself and Bob Sopuck and a number of other MPs who sit on the Hunting and Angling Caucus here in Ottawa. I mean, we're watching this very closely, and like you said, I hope it just dies a natural death. But knowing the way that the Liberals have been on this in the past, I mean, this is just a typical backdoor way to try and bring another form of the registry in, and it bothers me as a firearms owner.
Right, and it does myself too. I think that it goes without saying that our firearm owners in Ontario realize, and especially Ontario, Mr. Miller, that we have the safest in Canada too, the safest in North America with our firearms. We have almost 500,000 active hunters in Ontario, and such a great record through our training and all the efforts that all of our instructors go through. So it really baffles me what the spirit of this bill is actually all about.
Well, that old saying, Randy, that haters are going to hate, and there's people like Senator Payette and others who absolutely hate firearms, and they can't see by the the law-abiding uses that guys like you and me do. And you talked about the safety there of record here in Ontario, and it's thanks to instructors like yourself and Frank Hutter is who I took my course with. We both belong to the Bruce Peninsula Sportsman Association. It's guys like you that promote safety and teach safety, and that's a good thing. So thanks for that.
Well, you're welcome. I'm very proud as a Canadian that the gun legislation that has been brought out in the past, and especially in the mid-1980s, has really separated our country from the United States in terms of firearm-related deaths, and our government's done a brilliant job of managing that and of maintaining good, solid training and responsible firearm ownership. As you know, Mr. Miller, in this country, you can't have a firearm unless they do a complete background check on you and you've taken these courses. So they've done a great job up till now, and every once in a while these things, I guess, are going to squeak through.
Well, that's it, and people are going to try to get them through.
On June 21st, just before Bill S-223 would have expired, another Quebec Senator, Joan Fraser, asked for an adjournment during debate on the bill, which effectively means that the bill will be carried over until the fall session, which starts on September 27th. Now, moving forward to Bill C-230, something that's near and dear to your heart, Mr. Miller.
Well, it is, and call me Larry, Randy.
Okay.
I'd prefer that. And but yes, this Bill C-230. This is my fifth term of Parliament, and you never know how long you're going to be here, but you also never know just when or even if you'll ever get another private member's bill. I was fortunate enough to be drafted in the draft this time at 21, and so it's got up. But my first two terms of Parliament, I was in the 200s and never ever got a chance to bring anything forward. So I wanted to do something that was near and dear to my heart, and that's hunting, fishing, shooting.
And with C-230, what proposed changes are in that bill?
Okay, well, the main thing is, and I touched on it, the term variant is in the Firearms Act and in Part 3 of the Criminal Code as it relates to firearms classifications in Canada. And the term variant is used in there 99 times in the regulations that prescribe certain firearms and other weapons, components and parts of weapons, accessories, cartridge magazines, ammunition, projectiles, but yet there's no clear definition, and it also included prohibited, restricted, or non-restricted. So basically, every time anybody that's a shooter has known that from time to time, all of a sudden, the RCMP reclassify a legally purchased firearm, and so basically overnight, with the stroke of a pen, it becomes a prohibited weapon. You can't own it. You're not compensated, what have you. And really, the reason that happens is because different RCMP officers, and I'm not trying to criticize them on this, but basically, when there is no term that defines or definition what it is, it can be left open to interpretation, and that's exactly what has happened a number of times. And one of the most famous cases a year or two ago was Swiss Firearms.
That's right. Yes.
Rifle that came out, and I figured you would be quite familiar with that.
Yeah.
And that's all. I didn't own one of them, but I have a couple friends who own one of them, and one guy had spent quite a bit of money on it. Not too long before that, and he goes, Larry, I did everything by the law. I got this thing, and all of a sudden they're telling me with this that it's going to be, I can't own it, and I'm not going to be compensated. And that's not right. But, getting past that part of it, my goal with the C-230 is to fix that. Give it a definition that basically it's not left up to interpretation by anybody. It's there in black and white, and this kind of thing shouldn't happen again, and then we don't have to worry about the compensation part of it. Randy, I just wanted to point out, I meant to do it earlier, that the actual definition that we put in the bill would read like this: variant in respect of a firearm means means a firearm that has the unmodified frame or receiver of another firearm. And where some of the problem has got in here, and they used with the Swiss arms firearm, was that there were some characteristics of it that were similar, that's where they come out with the variant, but the gun as a whole looked different. And there seems to be some people out there who want to judge a gun by the looks of it rather than what it actually does. So, that Swiss firearms rifle didn't do anything different than many other legally acquired and legally owned rifles out there. It doesn't do anything any different, so why should it be classified any different? The parliamentary secretary to the public safety minister has already come and told me that they're not going to support my bill. But, he said that he did tell me that the government, further to recognizing that there was a problem with the term variant, that they were dedicated to fix it. So I guess, Randy, if my bill doesn't pass, I'll be disappointed. But on the other hand, if they do go ahead and fix this variant issue, which is long overdue, then I will have been successful in my mind and will have done what I set out to do, is to fix a problem that's irritated a lot of firearms owners. So we'll just have to see how it plays out.
Thank you so much, and thank you for taking some time with us today, Larry.
It's my pleasure. Have a good day.
The Angler and Hunter Radio Show has been brought to you by Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? Angler and Hunter Radio is a production of the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters. Please send your tall tales and comments to ahradio.ca.
As of July 2nd, there may be work stoppages at Canada Post, so delays in your postal service may occur. To avoid OFAH membership and its benefits from lapsing, please reach out to us at 705-748-6324 or ofah.org. Don't forget, you can check out past episodes of Angler and Hunter Radio on the web or at wrvo.com.